Hello, all you beautiful people, and the ugly ones too. Not gonna leave you guys out. This is the Out of Capes podcast for The Flash, Season 2, Episode 11, titled The Reverse Flash Returns. This is a podcast focusing on CW's The Flash series. I am one of your co-hosts, Staffa.
And I'm Eric.
And the way how the show is structured is that we're going to have a discussion on episode 11. Then we're going to review and give it a rating out of 5 stars. And then we're going to close out the show. And then if anyone wants to join us with spoilers afterwards, we're going to leave that at the end of the podcast. So we'll talk about spoilers, theories, potential spoilers, all that stuff. But before we get started, I want to do one quick disclaimer that all opinions expressed on the show are of our own and not of our employees, whether past, present, or future. So let's get going and talk about the Reverse Flash returns. He returned.
I know.
So they tried to explain how he returned or why he returned, and I think they did a really poor job explaining. I was very confused.
Yeah, it was very poor.
Someone on Reddit, I wish I wrote down this person's name, but they explained it pretty well in a thread on Reddit, and it made a lot more sense when that person explained it compared to the explanation that was used on the show.
Okay.
So basically the explanation is that, like, think of the timeline as a rope.
Okay.
All right. And what was that thing called? The Singularity?
Yes.
Yeah, the Singularity is like a fire on the rope.
Okay.
And the Singularity set fire in the middle of the rope.
Okay.
So, if that fire catches if that fire gets any stronger, it's going to burn the rope in half, and then it's going to just burn both ends off, just burn its way out, outwards. But Flash and Firestorm stopped the Singularity, so it was kind of like them tying a knot in the middle where it burned.
Okay.
So the knot is where they're at, which is kind of messed up, and the past and the future are both intact.
Okay.
So that was the explanation. That Reverse Flash still exists because his part of the timeline is still intact.
Okay.
Does that make more sense than what they used in the show?
A little.
You sound like you're very far away now.
Now I'm right by the mic.
Okay, all right, you're there. So yeah, I think they could have done a much better job explaining it on the show, because I was like done bamboozled when when Harrison Wells was trying to like explain with those circles, and I'm like, what? I still don't get it.
Whatever.
Yeah. So, anyways, Reverse Flash comes back. He kidnaps what's her name, the scientist lady.
The scientist lady. That's all we need to know.
What's her name? Was her name like Moira or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. She was in the original Flash.
Oh, was she? Everyone's from the original Flash.
Yep.
So they got her. He kidnaps her and like forces her into slave labor to build a tachyon machine to fling them to the future.
Yep.
And yeah, tachyons.
Yep.
Tachyons. What do you think about this episode? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
So Cisco like pretty much fine tunes as vibing in this episode. That's one thing.
Yes. Which I
Uh,
knew would happen.
they pretty much like pinpointed it has to do with fear, and so Harrison Wells made goggles that stimulates those um, fear
Or
neurals,
adrenaline.
yeah, adrenaline or whatever, and so that he can super vibe.
Yes.
So he's basically using Cerebro
Yes.
from the X-Men movies.
Yes, and also that way they can explain why Vibe wears goggle like weird sunglasses in the comics.
Why does he wear those
But
sunglasses in the comics?
I don't know.
Just for
But that
fashion?
yes, probably. And then now they have a reason why he would wear those.
I can't wait for him to get dancing superpowers.
Oh my god. He already dances.
When did he dance?
He just looks like the person that would dance already, like just naturally dance.
I saw in an interview that he said that he'd have to take dancing lessons because he can't dance.
Whatever.
Um, yeah. So Reverse Flash doesn't know who Barry is. He he knows of the Flash though.
Yes.
But he doesn't know the Flash is Barry or Barry is the Flash or who is Barry.
Yes.
And he wants to go back to his time.
Which then he'll come back in another time to, which is what we see in the very beginning of the series, him versus Future Flash.
You know, I was kind of expecting for the end of this episode to be them two going to his home and, you know, fighting around Kid Barry and his mom.
Yeah.
I thought that's where this episode was going to lead to,
Yep.
but it didn't. Like I didn't understand how Reverse Flash didn't know what time period the Flash is from.
I don't know either.
That made no sense because like he kept on saying, "I know what time period you're from." It's like what? Like your
Why
history
is that?
books don't say a date.
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe you could say he can come back when Flash wasn't his strongest. I don't know. I just didn't understand why he kept bringing that up.
Yeah, I don't know either. Um, I guess the other main thing here was Patty and Flash.
Yes,
Dude, Barry got played,
he did.
and Patty didn't play him. Barry played himself.
Yep.
Oh, Barry, there's a guy with a gun on this train.
Oh, okay. I'll be right there. Then appears goes, "Where is he?" I was like, "Can you make yourself more obvious?"
For a superhero, Barry is quite naive.
Yep.
Like that.
Okay, there's a guy on the train, and she's a cop. I
Yeah,
think she would be able to handle herself against a dude with a gun.
yeah. Like she stood up against a giant shark man, but she
Exactly.
can't handle a guy with a gun
On a train.
on a train.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Uh-oh, guns, my only weakness. How did you know?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, it was
And then she's like, I looked at his cases, and he knew information that only someone who's there would know. I was like, really, Barry? You made it that obvious?
so. I mean, at least they're pretty quick with having her figure it out, rather than like having her oblivious and finding all these hints for multiple seasons long.
Yeah.
So, you know, at least they're pretty quick with that. But man, Barry is a punk.
But the
Not
thing,
only,
the
not
thing too
only,
is that bothered me was that like they keep building up like, will Barry tell her? Will Barry tell her? And then she just finds out on her own.
yeah, and then he won't tell her even
He
after
won't
she
tell her.
finds
And I was
out.
like, what was the point of the past few episodes? Then making a big deal about is he gonna tell her or not,
Exactly.
and then just kind of like brush her under the rug when she does find out.
But on top of that, Barry has been very emo this entire season.
Yes, he has.
Like, what's this? Like Spider-Man 3?
Yep,
Is
exactly.
is he gonna like start dancing in a black suit?
Yep.
I mean, he already sang last season, so now he needs to sing and dance in a black suit.
Yep.
Oh man, what's up with this show? Come on
Iris'
now.
mom is dying.
Yeah, okay. This whole like subplot with Iris's mom and Wally and Iris, like I 159% do not care about.
That's a really precise number, Staffa.
I calculated it. Mathematics.
Good thing you're not good at math.
I'm excellent at math. What are you talking about? Either way, I do not care about this plot at all. It's going nowhere and it feels like a waste of time.
They had to have something for Iris to do during the season.
Well, I guess it's her job to get back with Barry then, because Barry is he's single again.
He's single and ready to mingle.
Yep. Exactly. Well, do you even care about this plot at all?
No. I'm more wondering what the hell they're gonna do with Wally, not about the mom.
I I I don't even care about Wally at this point.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of them. Like it just feels like a pointless subplot.
Feels like a subplot that they're trying to find some way so that way they can like put Wally on good terms with the rest of like Iris and Joe.
See, this subplot's so boring. It's having you yawn.
I know.
Um.
Caitlin and Jay.
Yeah, Caitlin and Jay. So she's looking for Jay's doppelganger. And how does Jay know that his doppelganger is gonna be at the park at a specific time?
Maybe he goes to the park every weekend, Staffa.
And what, like, I don't understand what was his point. Like, he was like, I can't use my doppelganger because, well, I have to show you.
Because he wanted to show that like his doppelganger is not like Jay Garrick, and he technically is his doppelganger, but at the same time he's not, because he doesn't have the same DNA as Jay.
Yeah, but like, what's going to the park have anything to do with it?
Because that's where the dude was gonna be.
I mean, like, he could have explained that to her rather than just come to the park and I'll show you for yourself. I thought when he said that, I thought it was gonna be they're gonna go to a cemetery.
Exactly, that's what I thought too.
And he was gonna show the tombstone that had Jay Garrick on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But
and Hunter Zolomon is the name of a Reverse Flash.
Yeah, that's something. I thought we'd maybe talk about that in the spoiler section, but I don't know.
It's on your notes.
Why didn't I write Reverse Flash on there?
But I'm just saying the name of Hunter Zolomon.
Yeah, like he's
Flash in those
Hunter
comics.
Solomon. Why is he at? I don't know. Anything else we want to talk about?
Nope.
All right, so let's review this. We, for those who aren't familiar with this podcast, we give every episode a rating out of 5 stars. We don't give half stars or a quarter star. We just give full stars. So out of 5 stars, Eric, would you like to go first this week?
Sure. I give it 3 Ciscos.
3 Ciscos?
Yep, 3 Ciscos. I mean, it was all right episode. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It's just all right.
Yeah, I think this was like borderlining getting to 2. Yeah. But I'll give it I'll give it 3 disappearing Ciscos as well.
Disappearing Ciscos.
Yep, disappearing Ciscos. Because that's how time travel works.
Exactly.
You just like start fading away and what's happening to me? I'm sinking into this bed. It's so comfortable. Yeah, it was pretty close to getting to 2 because I'm getting really annoyed with Barry at this point.
And
Um,
the whole like, whoa, we caught captured him, but now we have to let him go. I was like, I figured that was gonna happen.
yeah, but like I mean, like with him and Patty, it's like what was this whole relationship with? What was it all about? Like if it was just gonna like lead up to like this terrible ending for the relationship,
Exactly.
and him being emo and I don't know. Like it was pretty close. I mean, it wasn't a bad episode.
I mean, in a way,
It had
he's
its
like
good
he
parts.
doesn't want her to know because if she knows, then she's just another person that he would have to protect and might lose. So he'd rather take the risk of ending it with her. That way, she's safe and she can live out
Well,
her dream.
at least she's a cop, though. I mean, at least she's not like Cisco and Caitlin, who are just scientists.
But he knows, like the bad dreams he was having, that Zoom would go after her next.
Uh, I think he needs to worry more about Caitlin and Cisco because these two they are just scientists. They're not like they don't know any self defense, and
For now.
they also show their faces and Star Labs IDs to everybody.
Yep.
Like, oh, we're gonna lock you up. Hi, my name is Cisco. My name is Caitlin.
Yep.
We will be your Star Labs wardens. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's a bad excuse. But I mean, there were some cool parts. I mean, you see Flash face through the wall
Yes.
to tackle Reverse Flash. That was pretty cool.
In the fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll agree with you. Anyways, let's wrap this up and get into um the spoilers.
Okay.
So if you enjoy what you've been hearing, you can support us by liking us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. You can leave an iTunes review, or you can contact by email. That's capes@outofcontinuous.com. All those things I just said, you can find them on outofcontinuous.com/TV podcasts. You can give me a tweet. I'm at Sayed Safa. That's at SAYEDSTAFA.
And I'm at emetzger712, EMETZGER712.
And if you like video games, check out the Out of Continues podcast, hosted by me every week. Talk about video games. And sometimes I talk about comic stuff as well. Because I like that. Anyways, with that said, I'm Safa.
And I'm Eric.
And we'll either see you next week or we'll see you in a moment in the spoiler section. Woo! Spoilers.
Creepy ghost.
Don't hate on my spoiler section audio cue.
Our spoiler section haunted.
Sure. Anyway, so here's the spoilers. You've been warned. Woo! You've been warned by spoilers. All right, so Hunter Zolman. He is one of the Reverse Flashes in the comics.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about him for a moment, since you can probably explain better than me?
Nah. I mean, there's nothing really explained. He's just the Reverse Flash in comics. He's Reverse Flash to Barry's Flash.
He's the Barry's second Reverse Flash.
Yes, and he's what kind of they went over it in the show. Like they took the whole Thawne thing in a way. I think that's what Solomon is.
Well, basically in the comics, he's a cop.
Yeah.
That's from what I understand, he's a friend of the Flash, and then like he loses his legs or something, or I mean his ability to walk.
Yeah, he loses his legs and then uses his Speed Force to regain the function of his legs. But then he becomes vengeful for Flash because He felt he's like Flash didn't need to do this to him and ruined his whole life, kind of thing.
Well, from what I understand, he doesn't use the Speed Force. He uses time manipulation instead.
Yeah.
Like instead of using Speed Force to go faster, he slows everything else down.
Yes.
So he's kind of like the turtle in a way. Kind of. Not exactly, but different. Similar but different. So the next episode is going to be called Fastlane.
Happens.
What's that?
Okay, so we were a little bit wrong. Basically, he becomes severely attacked and attacked by Gorilla Grodd, leaving paralyzed. And so then he asked Wally to use the treadmill to fix his legs or go back in time to prevent this from occurring. Wally refused, saying he didn't want to risk the time stream. Then Hunter broke into the museum tent to use the treadmill himself. The explosion destroyed the museum as well as his sanity and shifted Hunter's connection to time, which he can now then just affect the time stream, giving the effect of super speed.
Okay. So he's Wally's Reverse
Wally's
Flash, not Barry's.
Yeah, my bad.
All right. So next episode, Fast Lane.
Yeah.
They're gonna be going against Tar Pit,
Tarpit, yep.
and they show more Zoom, and that's pretty much all that I remember from the preview. Anything that you have?
That's my knowledge.
That's it.
Yep.
All right. So, do we have any theories that that we want to share? I don't really have any.
I still think Zoom is Earth 2 Barry.
Well, I saw they showed some well, there's some pictures that leaked of Earth 2 Barry.
Yes.
And he's like wearing glasses and he looks more nerdy.
So who knows? Here's the I just thought of this. This is kind of a discussion in a way. Where in the world is his dad?
Oh, Barry's dad?
Yeah.
He's in the woods.
Yes, but that's the thing too. Like they said he was gonna be in the season a lot more, and it's what, we're 11 episodes in. We've only seen him like 3 episodes.
I think something like that.
Yeah. So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's Barry's dad. It's Barry's dad, Patty, and Jay Garrick.
All of them combined into one person.
No, all three of them are just wearing the suit at the same time. one is in one leg, another one's in the other leg, and the Patty is just sitting on their shoulders as the upper body. There you go. That's how they run so fast. It's more than one person. Of course they'd run faster. Science. All right. Wrap this up.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week when we review Fast Lane. Hopefully it's better.
Yep.
See ya.